gosh, prepare for the fire. Cue the fire. We have so much to talk about in this video, and I have gathered an expert to talk that does not live in America. He's actually witnessing. What is he witnessing? Oh, this is also the, sorry, squirrel. Your kiss of death. Yep, confirmed. You have the Bank of England buying bonds at whatever scale. You have a record number of, the houses in the UK all pulled. British pound drops to a record low. Energy prices skyrocketing, and stock market. Oh my gosh. What has happened to our lovely stock market? I will show you. You had an all-time high. That's where I said take profits. Number 2, you dropped to a low, which everyone's like, oh, that'll definitely hold, Jim Cramer. And then we go up. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one on the monthly. You got to close below that white line. Well, we did it. So 1, 2, 3, floor. But without further ado, let's bring on an expert. All right, you guys. So I have Neil McCoy Ward on. He wanted me to introduce him as a
No. I'm not going with any. I'm not going with any of that.
He is an economics expert in London, Nobel Prize. What's a shunner? Is that like a weird English word?
I knew you'd come out with some sort of jokes like this straight away. Every time you ask me on, you come out with some sort of joke.
Okay, all right. So go over to Neil, buy his course. Hey, how's the whole bond market? Go ahead. How's the bond market doing over there? Oh, your currency. You guys have. How's your currency?
Not great. I've got one to show everyone here who's never seen a pound before. Here we go. We got a British pound there. Take a good look at it now, because they might not be around for too long. We got some notes as well. Yeah, it's not going too well. Let's just say that.
You want to see my money? Here, look here. Can you see that? There's my money.
Yeah, what is it?
Silver. I guess we should have. Guess everyone should have had it. But go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So do you want me to give you an overview of what basically happened the last couple of days?
How about this? We got a lot going on. That's why I have the professor on. Let's see. Oh, how about the end? Let's do real quick. We'll jump fast. Households across the UK are about to experience an 80% jump in energy costs.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say that I haven't already said? I've said this was coming for a long time, and now we've had the mysterious destruction of Nord Stream 1 and 2. It's, there was no way back out anyway. Even if Europe wanted to go and start getting Russian natural gas, now it's just not going to be possible. Once that seawater gets into that pipe, it will start corroding it, and it's just, I mean, how do you fix that? It was really funny, actually, because I did a video uncovered on this and who I think did it.
Hey, I bet you won't. I'll bet you won't say who did those pipelines.
Yeah, I'm not gonna point the finger at any here.
Wait, hold on. As Neil runs off to an island, a tax dodging island. Go ahead, Neil.
Oh, what you threw me that. How do I even respond? How do I even respond to that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell it.
No, the British media's got a field day with this now. They're blaming it on. I mean, this story was unbelievable. They're blaming the pipeline explosion on 2 Russian divers that apparently they got their gear on this fishing boat. They dived to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I mean, I'm a master diver, by the way. I did my course when I was a teenager, right? You can't just get your wetsuit on and just dive to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, it's the most ridiculous story. And then they set all these charges, apparently. They press the button and they swam off. I mean, people are that stupid now that they believe this stuff the media's putting out. It's unbelievable. But
well,
anyway,
hold on. Let me pause. So I had a woke friend. We were going to the mall. And I said, so who did it? And she goes, obviously Putin. That guy's crazy. I'm like, okay, we're not going into this. All right, let's just have a nice dinner. All right, so go ahead, back to you.
Yeah. You see, what he did was rather than just go like that and turn the taps off at his end on his asset. No, he sent these two Navy SEAL equivalent, Russian guys to do this elaborate operation to blow up his own pipeline in all these different places. Yeah. Of course, that's what I mean. This is crazy talk, but anyway.
Well, there goes all of my woke crowd. I just probably lost 500 subscribers. Thanks, Neil. All right. So wait, let's go back. Bank of England to buy bonds. You want to do that? Okay. So we did the pipelines. Yeah. Yada, yada. Welcome to psychopaths that run the world. Wait until they take over with the financial system. Woo! That's going to be a doozy. That's going to be fun. Bank of England to buy bonds. Totally bass backwards. Like, what are you guys doing?
Okay, so basically, let me just explain what happened, because I don't think most people really understand this. So it was some of these big banks like BlackRock, as usual, they basically put a margin call on the pension funds. So this is 1.5 trillion pounds worth of pension funds. They put a margin call on them. So what happens if you get a margin call, if you've ever had one, you have to liquidate quickly. You have to get the cash. You have to have that there for your security. So what happens when all of these pension funds sell their bonds at the same time, and people don't realize that bonds can go down. They just think, oh, well, what happened to my super safe assets? No, they go down.
Stephen Van Meter.
I wasn't gonna mention his
yeah,
name.
well, you're like, what joke?
Thinking,
how can I make fun of Johnny Bravo right now? Okay, go ahead.
I was thinking that, but I thought, no, I'm not gonna say that about Steve.
And
on this.
You know what? I love Steve, and I'm like, because it totally goes against all of my trading rules, and I knew it, and I'm like, okay, because I love you, Steve, I will buy some bond for you, and I will wait a year, at least a year. And he said, that's a very wise decision, my friend, and it's gone. It's all gone.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how's that going for you? You listen to Steve over me. I can't believe it.
I'm just such a swing. Like I get in and I get out. Steve's totally opposite. I don't like risk. I hate looking at a portfolio that's down and I'm just sitting there. Oh, by the way, real quick, I don't even know if you know, I launched a bear market course. Did you know?
No, I didn't know.
Okay. I did, right out of thin air. So if you guys link in the description, I offer a few coupon codes while I'm filming, because I'm filming right now. So don't complain and be like, oh, where's all the videos at? I'm filming them. And I have the flu right now. I slept 2 hours and I'm filming with this fool. So I work hard over here. But my subscribers are like, how do we make money going down? I'm like, you do this. And they're like, wait, do more. So we got the video down below, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, you've got the man flu. I think that's what I'm gonna say. You've got the
no. Oh, you mean drinking? Are you? No, I'm fine. I something was in the steak last night.
What are you drinking? What's in that glass? That's not water, ladies and gents. Oh, is it product? He's doing a product placement now in the middle of this.
No, I try to get off of Diet Coke, so it's Zevia, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Let me get back in. Right. So they did this margin call, massive margin call. So the Bank of England had to step in to stop, and they did 65 billion pounds worth of bond buying. They had to do that to stop the entire UK financial system from collapsing. I mean, this is how serious it was. If that collapse had happened, it would have spread right through the Eurozone, right through the US, Canada, Australia, pretty much the Western world. It would have been just a meltdown. People don't realize how interconnected we are with all this stuff now.
I know. I've been telling everyone, and I said, I mean, the bond market's yelling at everyone that this something is going to go. You were just seeing like the beginning, and no one even understands it. And this is like trillions and quadrillions, and everyone's trying to cover their assets, and all assets are going down. Oh, mortgage. How's the I have a story here. I'll throw it up. Unless you want to say something?
Are you talking about all the mortgages that were pulled, over 1,000 products in a day?
Okay, for those of you that don't know, Neil actually is like photogenic memory. He is a genius. I have nothing in my brain. So congratulations on showing everyone how smart. Did you do good in school?
No.
Oh, guy sucked. And then I teach, and then I become a college professor. Go figure. Bank of England to buy bonds. Okay, so we got that one. I'm going to ditch that one. Record number of UK mortgage deals pulled. Yeah, shocker, right?
Yeah. It's basically over 1,000 products now that were pulled. And people are just going into meltdown. Like from my private community, I had probably 30 messages in the space of a morning saying, what am I supposed to do? And in fact, it wasn't just that. It was all the bonds as well. It was people that are worried about their currency. Some people, and I told people what to do. That's the thing. And some people didn't do it.
What do we do? What do we do? I mean, okay. So move to the, I've been preaching dollar and I hate it. And I feel terrible because I hate the dollar. Everyone hates the dollar. And I'm like, swing trade the dollar, swing it up. So I've been telling everyone that ever since I got dollar milkshake theory on and double bottom, and I've been swinging that one up. So I think we all need to be running to the dollar, but then you got to get out. Like it's so sad how fine, and we're different. You're more of an investor too. I'm an ADHD swing trader. But what do we do now? And what do we do in, like, should we all go buy gold? Should we all go buy, like, not financial advice, you guys, this is just paper trading. Go ahead. Tell us, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very big, broad question.
Yeah.
It's different for every single person. But yeah, people should have some exposure to physical precious metal. You should have some exposure to, having some cash. Like, this is just some cash I was just using as a prop for a video. You've got to have this stuff, because remember, when you put that money into the bank now, it's no longer your money. It's a bank asset. You are a creditor. There's bail-in law. They can confiscate your money, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, you've got to have some cash. But then at the same time, and I knew they were going to do this, what have the Bank of England announced? Oh, if you have £20, and are you aware of this? The £20 and £50 notes. Well, they're making them the older version. This is the polymer, but the paper one, they're making it no longer legal tender from, I think it's this week. It's coming up very soon. So everyone again is messaging me, Neil, I've got thousands of pounds. What am I supposed to do with these notes? And I said, well, this is a good lesson for you for what's going to happen when central bank digital currencies, when they start launching.
That's what freaks me out. Now, like, forget everything that we're talking about right now. I'm preparing the chess match, and I'm like, well, have an island. We'll all have seashells. It's going to be horrific, and they already have it all set up. This was just the start of it. Your cash, and then this is what they'll do to get you to, if you deposit X amount of, $1, we'll give you 1.25 of C. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. It's always going to be the right thing to do, and it's frightening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what you've got to do now? So let's say you're a British citizen, and you've got one of these old £20 notes or 50, and let's say you've got 10 grand's worth under your mattress. You have to take this into the Bank of England in central London. You have to take this money and swap it there if you want to get actual cash. But otherwise, if you go to the bank, they're not going to give you cash for your cash. They're going to give it as a deposit in the bank, and then they'll allow you up to £1,000 or £2,000 of cash in most banks is what they'll allow you to withdraw. So I'll tell all of your subscribers, go into a bank and say, hey, I want to take out 10 grand. Like, let's say you've got 10 grand in savings. I want to take out 10,000 in cash, please. They'll say, no, absolutely not. They just will not allow you to do it, which is why you've got to go. There's a couple of tricks around it. Go in, I'm going on holiday. I'm going to wherever on holiday. I need some dollars or sterling or something like that. And then they say, oh, okay. So then I'm going to take the cash. I'm going to.
But they're going to make it illegal. Like, in the end, they're going to make that illegal. Yeah. That's how the game, just me and Klaus hang out, and that's what he said he's going to do. So I don't know. See, I don't know. And everyone's like, oh, just have, gold and silver. They can make that illegal too. And then try to go to the store and be like, here's my, here's silver that's probably worth $1,000. So it's so and then the store's going to be like, oh, sorry, sir, we legally cannot accept that.
Yeah, well, that's why you want to get all your stuff now. I've been using a lot of my money, a lot, because I went very heavily the end of last year. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of 21, I said to everyone, now
We
you want
both
to
did.
go,
We went cash. I know.
yeah, go to a cash position. And well, I don't know the reaction you had, but people were ruthless to me about that. You're an idiot. You're an I had the funniest one. This was my favorite comment. You are an imbecile. I haven't heard that word in a long time. You're an imbecile. The markets are just going to keep rising through 2022. Okay, dude. Yeah, you know, you're the expert on this stuff. What happened after that? Started dropping down because you can't do raising interest rates, mortgage rates going up, quantitative tightening, and all the other policies that are going on, and have the markets just explode. It doesn't work like that. You've got to be in a loosening cycle, and you've got to be in this high level of liquidity, which is where I think the pivot is going to come in later on. I don't know exactly when it's going to come. Yes, maybe 6 months time, or
yeah, that would be when I close my bond. I mean, that I tried. I put it on a little dot, and I'm like, okay, I think this is it. But yeah, once they pick, everyone's like, yay, we want. But and then that's the last hurrah. Then the game's over. It's like, oh, what a disaster. So I just wanted, I wanted to keep this video short because we can yuck all day long. I'm gonna, you give everyone your last word. Tell them where to go, what to do, or how to break dance.
I think I've shared most of what I wanted to say. You've just got to make sure you're diversified. You know, everyone watching, you've got to be diversified. You've got to have a cash position ready to take advantage of what is coming. There are going to be massive buying opportunities across real estate, housing market, property, across equities, the stock market. There are going to be these buying opportunities. If you're sat in the markets and you're trusting this to some sort of broker, financial advisor, you are going to end up getting destroyed. Now, the other thing that's happening at the moment is emerging market. And again, this was a very contrarian view I had. I said, no, why are people saying invest in emerging markets? The dollar is going to eat their lunch. You know, I was saying to someone yesterday and they laughed. So obviously it's a good example. I said, the dollar right now is like a bear at a picnic. It's just like going through and destroying and eating everything, and every currency is just, and these emerging markets, they're not stupid. This is the thing that makes me laugh. People, a lot of commentators, they act as if people in these emerging markets are stupid. No, they're not. They know what they're doing. They are jumping out of their currency and they're buying up dollars. And this is another thing that you're seeing, which people didn't anticipate. It's not a good situation. Honestly, I think we're heading towards a massive collapse. And I think it's going to be global. I think it's going to be worse than 08. I don't think some people are saying it's going to be worse than 1929 to 38 Great Depression. I don't know about that. Our stocks and the housing market are going to drop 80-90%. I'd be surprised if they did, because I think they're going to just move on to a digital currency and they're going to prop it all up in that way. But I do think it's going to be bad. I think we're heading towards a massive crisis, and you're just seeing these dominoes. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but every day this week, I've had these videos ready. I couldn't even do these videos because there was an emergency. Oh, Italy, you know, the new prime minister of Italy. And then we had the pipe being blown up by a mysterious diver in his wetsuit. And his passport floated to the top, and they picked it up, and then Putin rode by on a shark and they took a picture. Right? You know, you got like all of this sort of stuff going on. And then today was the whole pound crisis. So it's just a nightmare, honestly.
Well, good time to have a YouTube channel, right, Neil?
But yeah, my YouTube in the last few weeks has just been blowing up. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy, because then a lot of people have been going over to my stocks course and everything else. So I'm very happy with it. But I'm just trying now to prepare people the best I can with everything that's going on, so they don't get completely wiped out.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I mean, for me, I was like within 1 second, because my audience is like, how do we make money going down? I'm like, stop. Okay. All right. I didn't even think. I thought that would be my last, my last one was like I'm never doing a course again. And it's like, okay. As if I don't have enough on my plate and table. But everyone, head over to Neil. or, you know, swim to his island, give him a big hug, tell him thank you. Neil, I just want to say thanks for hanging out, and I will see you when we hang out again.